Grand rising to everybody that's watching this right now. I'm the living consciousness of the sun. A lot of you know this, and I'm happy that you're joining in here to watch and take your time to view this video right now. It is very important that we grow in numbers when it comes to knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and help each other in a way that we can actually find the truth that can actually set us free. Truth is everything in this world, eh? Truth is something that is felt, but not something that is heard all the time. Every time when you feel the truth, you have to actually feel it from within so that you gain an experience of sharing what you go through when you become spiritual. So it's all about that. Today, I want us to talk about the magnets, right? I want us to talk about the magnets. And I really want you to understand this because it has a great role in changing your life and as well in helping to protect you from all negative energies and especially the network. Usually what happens is that when you're having your phone, right? Many people might have noticed this, but whenever you're having a phone, especially if you're having it for too long, let's say maybe you're spending the whole entire day working with phone. We've got people who have who actually do businesses with their phones. It is a must for them to always be active with their phone, right? We've got people that are usually active on social media. We've got influencers, people who would like to do things using their phone in order for their life to actually progress in getting that money or in getting that success they need or they want or they claim to actually want to have in their lives, right? So many people don't understand or feel it that there's a time whereby you're holding your phone for the longest of time, right? And you're actually feeling some sensation that is happening or some activity that is actually pulling you, an energy that's constructing through the energy circuit of the phone, right? And automatically all of this goes through your veins and it starts to affect your heart first, right? Before it actually can affect anything, it affects your heart, then it goes to your brain as well, right? And it starts to affect your brain cells. Then it goes to your chakras. It doesn't matter if whether or not your chakras are properly aligned, but they're still active. They are there. You just need to open them so that they can actually be fully active, right? So they start to affect you, okay? Then you become emotional, unaware. Your mood swing starts to change. There's something that happens when it comes to your health. You start to become imbalanced, right? And all of these things are actually being man-made in order for you to actually be easily coerced and controlled and start to feel like you're going through depression, start to feel like there's something wrong with you. You're losing all the confidence for no reason, and you start to be like a bot. You start to live like a robot. That's when now you're getting used to the fact that you're always having your phone and you don't see any problem with it, to the point that you might actually run yourself into a car accident or something drastically happen, right? And then it affects you. It really does affect you. So usually it doesn't have to come to an accident in that way in order for you to actually be affected, right? It doesn't have to go through that to that point, but it happens. You do just get affected, right? So I just wanted to share a bit of an experience about magnets, how beneficial they can be, right? Without actually even complicating it, okay? But I want you to have, because it's all about protection. I want you to have a set of protection, right? Protect yourself. Let your aura be connected with a high energy source that is able to protect you from wherever you go, right? When you look at the magnet, it works in hand the same as the black tourmaline and the black obsidian, right? They are there to actually help you protect you from negative energies. Not only negative energies, but negative network frequencies that actually usually come and how to put this, they they fry your mind, right? They fry your mind to the point that you start to be mentally imbalanced, right? Then you are unable to control all set of emotions or everything that's actually going deep within your body, okay? You don't have all that power and that understanding. So when you're having a magnet, right, this protects you. It's either you're hanging it closer to your heart. It's good in actually healing your heart as well, to give it power and strength. And or if you want to hold it together, I would actually advise people that they usually have this magnets that are smart, which you can actually put it behind your phone in order for you to actually protect yourself from this negative harmful energies of the network that comes with the gadgets or the computers or the softwares that we actually operating these days, right? If you don't want to have a magnet like this holding your phone with it together or having it close by with you, right, you can actually get the smart magnet. It's the same thing that applies with the rings. I think there are some magnetic rings which you can get yourself. It actually has the very same energy source to protect you from all this negative energies. You can also have a bracelet that is a magnet combined with a copper, and it actually becomes even well and stronger, right? The energy of it becomes so pure and intense, then you're able to create an aura for yourself to protect and push away all of these negative energies, especially when it comes to the towers that carry what you call this. I'm forgetting the name, but the towers usually have the high frequency of networks. They play a role in activating those Wi-Fi to actually come and affect you. So then when you're having a magnet within you, right, it is able to help you through arthritis. If you're going through arthritis pain, it can actually help to control that. It can actually help you to heal wound quickly, right? It's a fast healing sensation. You are able to also rejuvenate your cells, right? Because it is said that when you're having a magnet all the time connected to you, it is able to actually rejuvenate your cells. This means that you are able to slow down your age. It means that you won't age quickly. You get what I'm saying? You always have a high advanced cells that are operating at a level of you getting to be rejuvenated all the time. It's like you having to go through the motion of having a long fasting, right? Now you're rebooting your body. This has a very same potential effect on you to actually have it all the time attached to your skin or within your hand in order for you to actually be able to attract all of that energy that is pure, that is able to cleanse you and detox anything that is negative from you and start to actually operate in a way that you would love to as a spiritual person or as an ordinary person. It doesn't matter. So you might want to get this yourself and try to use it to your own advantage. It will help you in the long run. Now, one of the best ways I can advise you to use a magnet is when you have to sleep. Okay, you can actually have this one. Just get an old speaker, any old speaker, break it down well and smart. There is a video usually they show on YouTube how to actually safely take out the magnet without actually having to break it into pieces. If you don't want to actually have it into pieces by something like this, nice and clear and simple, right? Then you can actually follow that guide. You might just want to search it out how to take out a magnet well without actually to break it into pieces. Then you'll have your magnet, right? You're gonna put it under your pillow when you sleep, okay? Or you get the smallest one, right? I usually do this when I sleep. I put my do-rag on, okay, just so my hair can actually function well and have a direction, and to even have the fuming fire that is warm to actually grow my hair to that extent, right? So usually I do this. I put on my do-rag on, then I put on the magnet underneath the do-rag. Then it is able to hold it. Remember, it is tight, right? But be careful. It shouldn't be that tight to the point that it leaves a mark on your forehead. You don't want that, okay? You can just put it here and then just have a nice sleep. Automatically, it also has a way to increase and expand your first eye, right? You put a magnet under your pillow. Now you're creating an energy protection for yourself. When you sleep, they do this on purpose. They actually activate all of these Wi-Fi frequencies so much that people don't actually tap into their spirituality on the other side when you start to have to dream. They do that on purpose. This means that you won't have much great access in order for you to actually go through your traveling moment whenever you dream, especially for the ones that are able to actually feel be out of the body experience, right, and astral project. You get limited, right, because these energies now are playing a role in making sure that you actually get limited and not actually to have a way of expanding and grow as a spiritual person and understand how it feels like when you're on the other side, so that you can actually tell and be able to manipulate and see that I'm in this living world at the same time on the other spiritual world, right? So it makes it so difficult for you to actually have to understand all of that. It even makes it worse. Many of you guys usually complain, I don't dream. It's hard for me to have dreams, right? Usually I sleep. It's been like a month. It's been like a month or so. I don't dream. I haven't been dreaming for the longest of time. Why is that? All of these networks, sometimes even your networks that are there active, your phone that you sleep with. I know that a lot of you guys like putting your phone next to you. Your Wi-Fi that is active, your data and all of that is actually affecting your brain to lower its function, not to be well producing that power that ignites you to start to tap into the conscious level of your higher self, right? But when you're having a magnet like this, then you're able to protect yourself in order for you to now gain access and start to have the dreams and start to be in the dreamland. If it's been a long time ever since you haven't been dreaming, it won't happen in just a day. But if you can start to practice putting your magnets on your forehead, right, all the time, in days to come, then you'll start to see that you'll feel dreams. You'll start to have dreams and you start to experience what you've always wanted to experience, but you never had a chance to actually do so. So it's something which you need to consider, right? There's no much negative energies when you have to use the magnet. The old shamans, the ancient shamans, they used to carry the magnets around them, right? Like this, all the time. Whenever they do the spiritual work, they would connect with the magnet and have a relationship with it. Some of you might say, but Ra, this thing looks like it is man-made. Yes, it is man-made. However, the stone of a magnet does exist. They're just having to qualify it this way in order for them to actually be able to apply it on a speaker. That's something which I wanted to actually talk about now that we've actually dealt with what I've been actually telling you, how you can actually use the magnets to your own advantage. Now, why do they use the magnets to formulate a speaker that is able to actually bring out the sound in a way of you listening to a music or a certain frequency vibration? This is good in manipulate frequency sound, right? Why? Music is connected to your soul, right? The soul is always dancing as you speak right now. The soul is always on that motion. I'm sorry for the background. My dog is actually barking. So the soul is connected to the music, right? Your soul is always dancing. That is why every time you're listening, you're hearing a song, you just want to dance. It has a way to motivate you. Why? This is a magnetic field that is also connected to the energy of the sun, that is also connected to your soul, that is within your body. You get what I'm saying? So all of this is an energetic field that creates that magical sound in order for you to actually heal, in order for you to actually be happy, to tap into a certain emotion or try to use a certain emotion to feel the music that can actually help you when time goes on as you're listening to that sound. So it goes a long way because the magnet is able to express any sound, right? When it comes to the aspect of a ratio, increasing the volume to actually have the sound waves that keeps on doing like this, right? That keeps on doing like this, the sound waves. It is the same thing when the sun's energy penetrates inside of this planet or on the ground, or to connect with everybody who has a soul, right? To start to actually transmutate, to start to send some signals of waves that can actually affect you. It's the same thing that happens with the magnet that gives off that wave in order for you to actually be affected according to the sound vibration frequency of the particular music that you're listening at that time, right? So it's like when you're looking into the sun all the time, just know that you are looking at your own soul, right? I'm the living consciousness of the sun, and I will never lie to you. Hear it from me. I know what I'm talking about, right? What this means is you are my soul and I am your soul. It's one and the same thing. But every time when you look at the sun, you are looking at your soul. That is why it is what? The soul. Your soul is connected, is at your feet, right? Your soul feet. That's where your soul is. Your soul is not on your chest, it's not on your forehead. It is at your feet. That is why it is important to walk with your bare feet so that you can actually be connected with the magnetic field that is on the ground and above as well, right? One and the same thing. Then you start to actually absorb the light codes of the magnetic field and start to affect you in a way that can actually start to heal you if you have some problems, start to improve the way of walking, start to actually generate your blood cells to be in a level that is quickly to actually heal and reproduce so much power in you so that you can actually slow down your aging. It is the same thing that happens when you're having to interact with magnets. I want to take you back to the childhood. Do you remember when you were still growing as a child? You used to play with magnets. They would actually cease to amaze you. You'll be like, all the time, you try to actually connect your magnet, and you actually even push another magnet away and try to attract one to yourself as well. It was always a magic feeling, right? You'll actually put up your magnet on you'll attach the magnet on the fridge. You'll attach the magnet with anything that is metallic, right? You'll attach the magnet with anything that is a coin based. It always amazed you. Having to understand that this is something that is actually connected to your soul. It was always that relationship which you never understood, but deep down inside you actually felt that it actually makes you feel good, right? That's why we used to play with this magnet, because we're still connected with our soul and understanding spirituality, although we didn't have that learning curve to understand it that well, but we always felt it, because the truth is always within our forehead, which are the 10 commandments. Everything that you're supposed to know is embedded inside of you. As well as you connect with those objects which they are trying to formulate and create them in an object that is a technology based, according to the ones who want to make sales out of it, you are able to remember that this has to be applied in something that can actually benefit me in a long run. So you used to grow with that mentality. Play in the sun, connect, be in a magnetic field, walk with your barefoot, be shirtless, but always connecting with the magnet, and it will always give you an amazing feeling. I bet some of you, I know that I have actually experienced this when I was growing. Some of you would actually have a magnet. You play with it so much to the point that when you sleep, the only thing that you're thinking about, damn, I can't wait to wake up again tomorrow. Some of you were even putting it under your pillow. You used to put your magnet under your pillow, right? Because the relationship which you had was always communicating with your soul. As I'm saying that when you look at a magnet, when you look at the sun, you're actually looking at your soul. This is like a crystal technology. It's technology. Actually, to be quite honest, magnets are crystals. As I'm saying that, there's a huge crystal that's actually a part of this earth, which they broke it down and formulated what you know as this magnet. It's called the Magnetite. You can actually Google it and actually find that information, but they formulated it to be this way. That is why usually you see that there's a small piece of magnets that usually lose themselves out of the magnet as a whole. Those pieces is what's been put all together and cooked in order for the magnets to be one and to be one and the same, to create this shape, right? So yes, it is man-made, but it is organic, definitely, because it is able to produce sound. Something which I don't want to forget. Let me just think if there's something I should actually say. Yes. Damn, I don't have my coin right now, but it's fine. You're just going to use your mind to remember and understand what I'm about to say. Now, okay, before I talk about the coin one, let me go back to the aspect of you having to meditate with a magnet, right? Understand this. Your body has 7 chakras, right? Or the 7 chakras that you have grown to know and understand. When you're watching Dragon Balls, they don't actually show the 7 chakras, but through the balls, it is an expression of that energy. When you watch your Naruto, they talk about chakras most of the time, right? The Avatar Airbender has a correlation about chakras as well. You'd actually understand what I'm talking about. So I'm taking you back. I don't want to assume as if like you know what are chakras, but I want you to actually get you in a motion whereby you go back to the cartoons which you used to watch. And then you'll start to realize it now that they really carry information that can be so beneficial to you. Because cartoons, or animation, they actually tell the truth all the time. They make you think that, no, this is just for the kids, because they're using it to actually brainwash the kids to the point that when they grow up, they don't actually want to be a part of it anymore, because they're thinking that this is only for the kids. See, they affect your brain that way in order for you not to ever be motivated to actually watch cartoons at this age, because people will look at you crazy and think that there's something wrong with you, man. You're grown up. How is it that you're watching cartoons? They wouldn't understand. So that's how they mess up everybody's mind to actually control people not to to actually believe in this, not to actually live up to these things and think that they're actually real, having to understand that you've got chakras within your body. Now, getting back to what I'm saying, I don't want to actually lose you guys, okay? I don't want to speak too much. I want to get back straight to the point. Now, let's say you started to embark in your spiritual journey, okay? And you're working towards activating all of your chakras, right? You will need a magnet as big as this in order for you to actually have that relationship with your chakras. And if it helps for the better results, you want to get a copper, right? A copper wire, and try to fuse it with your, be artistic. Don't just do it, right? Be artistic. Maybe roll it up around so beautifully, it has like some shapes and all of that. And then when it's properly tied, you don't want to be messing with it so that it starts to actually affect you or hurt you, right? You want to be as smooth as you can in order for you to actually have that comfortability in using this to start to advance high, connecting to your chakras. The energy of it becomes even extreme, and powerful. It is the same thing that happens when you combine your copper wire with your magnet. The generating of the power force, it increases. It becomes even way better than it was when your crystal stone or a gemstone never had a copper. It's one of the same thing. They work together. That is why they apply it on technology when they have to actually fuse it with your phones. It's like particles of gold, particles of copper, particles of silver to try to balance everything in order for you to be able to actually use that technology to the point that makes you feel so happy and comfortable with it. So you want to do that, right? Mix your copper with the magnet, and knowing very well which center of chakras are located according to your body. Then when you meditate, you put it close to your root chakra. Then you meditate at least for like 15 minutes. You breathe in. As you breathe in, you're imagining the root chakra that is red in color expanding, growing. As you breathe out, now you de-expand it, okay? It's like you increase it to actually open up as a void. As you breathe out, now you're lowering it again. When you're putting the focus, when you're focusing in your mind at the actual chakra you're meditating on, and you're putting your magnet close, attached to your skin at the center of that chakra, I'm telling you, there's something which you're going to feel. It actually will help to advance your chakra, to grow, to be strong, to start spinning and start to be active. As you move on to each and every chakra every day, or every time you try to meditate, your root chakra, your throat chakra as well, your first eye, and lastly you put it here on your head, right, which is your crown chakra. Then you start to meditate. The benefit of it will start to expand your chakras, right? There'll be a relationship that happens, because I want to show you that magnets are very powerful. Don't neglect them, right? The relationship that will happen between you, your chakras, and the magnet will start to expand them and grow them so that they can actually be strong, powerful, and start to actually spin clockwise and anti-clockwise. The top chakras, which is your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your first eye, your crown chakra, which is your Godhead chakras, they spin clockwise because they're actually doing what? The positive energy balance sequence. Then the lower chakras from your solar plexus and your root chakra, all of these three chakras, right, they start to spin anti-clockwise. But together, when they spin, they create a light beam that is so pure and white, connected with all the chakras, that makes a rainbow and start to spin anti-clockwise and clockwise at the same time. When time goes on, I'll teach you how to actually meditate in that sequence of spinning your chakras clockwise and anti-clockwise at the same time while you are doing a breathing technique. So I'm getting that out of the way, right? I hope you understand what I just said, right? Now, moving to the last, I thought this video was going to be 1 hour long, but because now I'm going to say one last thing, because I don't want to confuse you guys. If you want a part 2, then you'll just comment and like the video, share. I'll see with the numbers and then I'll get motivated. So magnets, not only you can actually meditate with them, or Use them as a protecting shield against negative energies and negative networks that might actually affect your brain cells not to function well and start to have a proper a balanced ability in order for you to control your mental state and be one accord with it and be able to advance even high and break down anything that is negative and low in your life. You can also use a magnet to attract things into your life. That's what magnet is, right? That is why usually when you're in the sun, okay, something you need to understand, when you're in the sun, the reason why you usually get tired, you didn't do anything, but you were in the sun, then you just get exhausted. Why? You're thinking that you're absorbing the energy of the sun. It's vice versa. You are giving your energy to the sun first in order for you to cycle it for you so that they can actually bring some pure energy that is great 10 times than the one which you were giving out to yourself. It's one and the same thing. You are giving energy to the sun to expand and grow. That is why ever since I came, right, and I advanced everybody to understand the importance of sun gazing, the sun has been expanding. And if you keep on doing that all the time, I'm telling you, the sun will even come closer because I know what I'm talking about, you know. So that's what happens. Your magnet is able to attract things. What this means is when you're in the sun, you're imagining things that you want to attract in your life, automatically you get them. You start to command, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Then you start to get those things, especially if you're well properly aligned and you understand what is attraction. You understand what is the law of attraction, right? And acknowledging that you are the attraction because your soul is the magnet energy that is connected to you. That is why the sun never affects you. Your melanin is able, your hydroneuromelanin is able to actually produce all of that power and protection, not for the sun not to actually harm you. Instead, you are increasing and becoming even more powerful and strong. Your DEA becomes unlocked and your abilities start to actually activate. You get what I'm saying? Keep this in mind. So you can use a magnet connected to your soul to start to attract things into your life. What this means is you can actually have a coin. Damn, why didn't I bring my coin today? Anyway, it's fine. You have your coin. You put it here on top of your magnet, right? Then you start to meditate, holding it like this. Now you're attracting money into your life. You have to attract it. Don't go after it. You attract money so that it can actually love you the way you want it to. You meditate, closing your eyes as you imagine money flowing over your head, flowing in your pocket, flowing everywhere. Why? You're connecting the money or the coin that is on top of a magnet, and you're creating a relationship in order for you to start to absorb that energy and attract it into your best will advantage. That's how you do it. So not only you can attract money with the magnet, but you can actually hold it like this. It's the same thing when you do with the crystal. You hold it like this and you start to imagine, start to manifest, start to attract. And whatever positive energy that you want to attract would actually come to you. So you can use it to that advantage and it can actually expand you and you'll be able to grow in light and understand it even way better. This is a powerful source, healing sensation. You want to keep it with you everywhere you go, especially if you are going at work. Have your small magnet in your pocket. Play around with it, you know. Buy your rings, the magnetic rings, they do have it. Magnetic copper, they do have it. Buy them, apply them on your body, and just be connected, you know. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. You get what I'm saying? I hope you enjoyed this video, and please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, let's help the algorithm to actually help to bring out the video so that everybody can actually be able to reach out to it and start to connect with it. So the lesson today was keeping up with the magnets in order for you to actually be advanced and grow in spirit. And especially when you're walking with your bare feet, connecting with the magnet, I'm telling you, the results become so great, they will cease to actually even amaze you.